Oh, fuck. No.
Why you make me do this? Before we begin, since I have to go through all of this, you have to sit through this. It's a special message. You better take it serious.
Hi, I'm Alex with The Angry Joe Show, and I'm here to talk to you about a serious condition plaguing 2 out of every 3 YouTubers, ED.
I have ED.
I have ED, and it affects my everyday life.
ED is a crippling condition, especially amongst aging internet personalities.
Wait, what?
ED is the #1 cause of relationship problems, performance issues, and anxiety amongst YouTubers. If you or a YouTuber you know suffers from ED, there is something you can do. There's counseling, support groups, and now, thanks to AJS Labs, there's Patreon. Patreon is a one-off monthly supplement to combat this directly, eliminating many, if not most, of the symptoms of ED. Help bring the joy back to those you care about most. Fight ED, excessive demonetization. Ask your YouTuber if Patreon's right for you.
Only you can hear me, Summoner. What masterpiece shall we play today?
Thank you for helping us with our ED. That's right, guys. Thank you all so much for supporting our Patreon, our join button, and because so many of you have already supported, as a big thank you, I am extending the list. This is no longer the top 10 worst games of 2019. This is the top 16 worst games of 2019.
If I remember correctly, just down this pathway.
That's the fucking law.
We're not lost.
Yes, what the fuck?
What's that? What? Where?
You don't see it?
No.
Oh, shit! What the fuck is that, Joe?
Fucking.
Where is it?
No. Okay, I remember.
Oh my god, what is it?
This is not the right path. This is not the right path.
What the fuck?
We need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh shit, let's go! Let's go, it's coming!
So I'm gonna start easy with number 16. This ain't the worst horror game on the list, but it's certainly not a good one. It's more of a crushing disappointment from the potential of the trailer and some of its individual scary moments. The game just does not live up to the job. God damn it! I am not
Careful. Careful.
like guys. This was a cool section. But now you're fucking ruining
Dragging it out,
it because it's being dragged out to an insane fucking level. They need an editor. They need somebody to come in and edit shit and edit it down. Others may have been kinder to it this year, but unfortunately that wasn't the case for me and Joe. We disliked the ending a ton. The game drags so hard in some places with piles of leaves as an enemy. Really? What the fuck?
You die.
The mechanics were often frustrating, and the story was less than ideal. Worst of all, it just simply wasn't scary. It spent way too much of its time exploring a guy's PTSD from a war than it did doing justice to, its fucking license. Blair Witch, hello? We wanted to see more with her. By the end, you will have felt like you wasted most of your time. Worse, it hurts your dog. And it makes you listen to the poor dog whimpering for a good 15 minutes if you want the good ending. Fucking hell, man. Screw that. Oh, no.
I played about 5 minutes of Blair Witch, and it was horrible. It sucked.
No, I'm not putting the dog down.
As I said, I played 5 minutes of it.
And we're here to say that Rage is back.
Rage 2. Y'all remember this game when it came out last year? Yeah, me neither. Wait, I can't believe that this game is still $60 in 2020. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Oh, come on.
And it's a real shame. It was promising, you know, like a pink high-octane version of Doom. Unfortunately, at release, the game had game-breaking bugs, objectives that would just disappear, and just frustrating aspects. It was tired, it was cliche, and it was boring to boot. Oh no, it's General Kraus. That's not to actually say that there weren't some good gameplay loops, right? Some of the combat and some genuinely cool moments with great gunplay and some weapons. Combat is okay. It's just everything else around it is boring.
Damn it.
Crappy floating driving, loot is boring, too few enemy types, the story is shit, it's a pointless open world sandbox that's extremely lifeless and empty feeling. The repetitive missions is what holds this one back. Even more insulting is Bethesda wanting you to buy Rage coins, currency to buy the game's DLC, as if this fucking game needed any shit system like this. And you know what? You need a Bethesda.net account, and there are only 4 fucking purchase options. 500, 100, 500, just no. It was 1,100, 2,500, just fuck! And the DLC costs you 1,500, so of course you have the stupid shit left over in coins so that you have to buy more to afford this. Well, fuck this! For what can amount to 8 hours of campaign and little else at a $60 steadfast price, that's hardly what I'd call getting your value out of the game. Add those bullshit Rage coins and I'm out.
What happened was... What happened was...
It just worked. And he's not fucking flipping. It's like, that's what it's a goddamn monster truck. That's what they do with the fucking...
Right now, you get so further.
What is doing, guys?
Boo!
Monster Jam, Steel Titans. Imagine Monster Energy Supercross Red Bull the game. You remember from 2018? That was terrible as hell. No!
shit! What the fuck was that? That was the best finish the race I've ever seen.
But at the very least, it made us laugh so fucking hard. Now imagine that game. Rip out all the things that were entertaining, that were fun to make fun of, and hilarious, and you're left with this dull, boring, lifeless shell of a fucking monster truck game where you can't even have fun crushing cars. Hello? Hello? Do I even need to say more? Whoa, did you see these fucking particle effects, Joe? I think so, man. Yeah, okay, so there are cars here, but it is so pathetically programmed that crushing random boxes is more fun. There's no online multiplayer, no tire deformation, the suspension is a fucking joke, the music is generic as fuck as it drove us insane, the physics are straight bad. It's not even funny bad, it's just bad.
You got the basics.
There's absolutely no passion or soul in the game, no commentators, no instant replays of your tricks, no wheel support so you can roleplay being in a monster truck. It's just lame as fuck. What kind of fucking monster truck game is like, you know what people really want to do with monster trucks? They want to race them like fucking track cars, motorcycles. You dumbass. The best part were those screens that reminded me of all the cool memories of going to monster truck rallies when I was a kid and remembering all the different celebrity drivers and their famous cars, right? It's maybe 4 hours worth of content. It's just not worth it. Are you fucking serious? Come on, look at that. That was that. That's gonna lie. What the fuck? You can't fucking name fucking people in a fucking XCOM-like game? Then what's the fucking point? Even new goddamn people that we fucking have here to fucking recruit if you're name generating random fucking Hispanic names, then you can let us come up with the random Hispanic names. My name is Vargas. That's Lopez. Why can't we make our own fucking name? You dumb asses. You completely ripped off
Shit.
XCOM without even knowing what makes XCOM successful. It's gone. Flanking is gone. Tactics is gone. And now the fun of the game is fucking gone